From Dallas to Los Angeles and a screen near you, here is B Wildcat 2.
What's up, guys? It's B Wildcat 2 here, back today with some more recruiting in the Big Troll Coaching Carousel. This week is week 6. The Horned Frogs come into this week at 3-1, number 16 in the country. They'll be taking on the Iowa State Cyclones, who are 1-3. But we'll get into our recruiting first before we get into the game, which will be next episode. Our team needs are a center and a halfback, and we'll take a look at, as you saw back there just a second ago, who will be visiting our campus as we hope to dominate Iowa State and get some of these guys to come to campus. So we're gonna have to let's see. I think we're gonna scroll down and look at all of our targets, and we stop, and there's Matt Meyer. He's a 70 overall. He's got us first on his board, and here's all of the guys that have committed. We got a fullback, Jarrett Davis, committed to LSU, and so he goes off our list. Someone committed to Alabama. We got another guy committing to Alabama, and another guy, and this guy committed to Florida State, this fullback. But we got a fullback and a strong safety committed to us thus far, as we clean up our recruiting board a little bit. Now we're gonna check and see. We're gonna start off with talking to a few guys that we have that have us first on their board, which is Bobby Joseph. This first man we're going to be talking to is a 80 overall kicker, a 4-star caliber, and we're going to talk to him today, and we're going to see about talking to him about conference prestige and all sorts of other stuff. Basically, you can see it for yourself, unless you're not watching, that Bobby Joseph is looking to commit. Hopefully, he's got us first on his board, and hopefully he will sign with us as we head to topic number 4 of 6, championship contender. And then here's number 5 before we choose prospect's choice is television exposure. And we're going to make a pitch and get 50 interest gained. And now the prospect's choice will get us 31. So totally we gained about 355, and Texas loses 12 on Bobby Joseph. So we got Bobby Joseph covered now. We're going to talk to our good friend Marquis Williams, the defensive end, and he commits right on the spot. So we don't even have to talk to him, and he's coming to TCU. That is great news. We needed some defensive ends. Well, we probably didn't need some defensive end, but now we'll have him, and we can use him next year. As now we're going to talk to tight end Jonathan Williams from Cleburne, Texas, a 4-star, 75 overall, and he's got Oklahoma State second on his board. So we're trying to get Oklahoma State out of the running. As now this last thing is going to be a big gain. We gained 483, and Oklahoma State loses about probably 50 or so. And now we'll take a look. We are 100 ahead of Oklahoma State, but we are right there. We've almost got Mr. Williams to commit. Now we're going to talk to Brian Jones, the 4-star quarterback from Zapata, Texas. He's got us first on his board, ahead of Nebraska, and that was a big gain right there to beat over Nebraska. Trying to knock him down as much as we can and get Mr. Jones to commit. As you see, we are first on his board, ahead of Nebraska by 580. So things are looking good for him to commit to the Horned Frogs for next season. But we are also trying to reel in Matt Meyer, so it's going to be interesting to see if we can get not only Brian Jones but Matt Meyer, and see next year if we can have a little quarterback battle. Because I believe we'll have to cut one of them but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So we gained 496. Nebraska loses 77 on Brian Jones. Now we're going to talk to Joe Edwards. He's got us first on his board, the 4-star from Pearland, Texas, the quarterback. We beat West Virginia in proximity to home. And on Coach Prestige, we're also going to compare West Virginia and knock them down big time. Our third is Conference Prestige, and we're going to make a pitch for that. Our fourth topic for Mr. Edwards, Program Tradition. We're going to make a pitch. Excuse me. And then we got one more after this. We're going to talk to him about playing style, and we sway his importance in his interest to average interest. And now his last, we're going to talk to him about prospect's choice, which is athletic facilities. So a pretty good gain there on the on talking to Mr. Edwards. We get West Virginia to lose about 170 some odd, and we gained 45, I believe, or 400 some odd plus. Now we're going to talk to Mr. Matt Meyer, our third quarterback in a row that we're talking to. He's got us first on his board, the 3-star quarterback, 70 plus 10 overall, and trying to knock Penn State out of the running. You see it here. We're ahead of him by 740, but we haven't gotten Mr. Meyer to commit yet, so we gotta keep pushing it and just get him to commit, and we'll see about if he will indeed commit, which we hope he does. So next up, we got championship contender, talking to him, knocking Penn State down. And our last topic before the prospect's choice is academic prestige. And we tried to sway his interest in that, and it fails. So proximity to home is going to get us plus 40. So we end up gaining 274, and Penn State loses probably about 130 some odd interest. Now we're going to talk to our Dom Carr from Culver City, California, at the tight end, the 5-star, 77 overall. Looking to knock him out of the ranking against LSU, who's first on his board. We want him to commit to TCU, as we were behind by 340, but it's still anybody's ballgame. We've got to keep pushing, though. We got to keep talking to him and see if he will commit to us instead of going with LSU. As you see, that big gainer right there, a 68 and a 53 loss there. Championship contender will not do us any good yet. But then we're going to talk to him about television exposure and some of these that we think we're good in, and he's very interested in. LSU is better than us in, so we're trying to find a something we can convince him to get him to come here by, like, selling him that he'll get to play his first year on campus. Gets us 582 interest gained, but they'll lose only LSU will only lose 50 some odd. Now we're gonna scout Mr. Mike Lumpkin, the receiver, as he's pretty close to being fully scouted, and there he is now, finally all the way scouted. He is a 76 plus 3, and or maybe that's a minus 3. Anyway, no, that's be a plus 3. And then we're gonna scout the quarterback here, William Ross, and he turns out to be a 75 overall. The quarterback from Laguna Hills, as if we needed another quarterback. And now we're going to talk to Mark Gates, the athlete, and this will be the first time we're scouting him, looking just to see if we can get him to come on campus, and we can fill him at any need that we need next year that we'll probably have to check and see once we get to that point. But he's now a 75 after the first round of looking at him. And now we're going to talk to we're going to look at Tim Brooks and scout him the rest of the way, or for the rest of the time we have for the week. And we figure out he's a 76 still, with 57% scouted, so we're getting closer to scouting most of these guys all the way. Next up, we're going to talk to Jeffrey Nelson, another tight end. This one from Claiborne, Louisiana, and we're behind Texas A&M by a long shot, but we're trying to hang in there and knock Texas A&M out of the race. But it may be too little, too late, as we're trying to. He's a 75 plus 6 overall, but if we can get either Dom Carr or Jeffrey Nelson, it will help us out greatly with our blocking tight ends, as TCU really doesn't have that many blocking tight ends. We have a few receiving tight ends, but we need some blocking tight ends next year if we want to help with our run game. So we're going to talk to Jeffrey Nelson and finish up our conversation with him. And we gained 208, and A&M loses only 11. So this is going to be a real tough battle to get this guy to come on campus. But maybe we can convince him otherwise. As now we're going to talk to the 5-star halfback, Brian Riley from Louisiana, talking to him about conference prestige. As we are second on his board, Georgia is in the first spot. But we're trying to knock Georgia out of his first slot and be the one he wants to go to. He's 5'11", 215 pounds. And we're trying to get him to change his mind and head to the friendly confines of Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas, instead of the Bulldogs of Georgia. Anyway, I have nothing. I don't hate Georgia fans or anything. I'm just trying to get in the mode of trying to get this guy to commit. So we gained 368 interest. Georgia loses 22. We got 2 more guys to talk to in this episode. As you'll see, we are only behind Georgia by about 360, but we can still make it up, hopefully, as long as Georgia doesn't be spreading false things about us. Now we're going to talk to this 4-star guard from Odessa, Texas. We are third on his board, but it's still early. We still have a chance of getting this guy. A&M and Northwestern, surprisingly, are in front of us, as Texas A&M is really not doing so well in these categories that we're picking. These are what we think is important to him, that we're trying to find out and knock A&M and Northwestern both down and get Chris Thompson, this guard, to commit, as we keep comparing ourselves to Texas A&M. And our last topic that we'll talk to him about, we're gonna find his interest in proximity to home, which is of course very high, which we can't say anything about to to A&M, but we can compare it to Northwestern. But we end up gaining 317 on Chris Thompson. And our last guy we're going to talk to is, of course, Mr. Mike Lumpkin, the wide receiver from Marlow, Oklahoma, who's got Oklahoma State and Oklahoma both on his board in front of him. You never know. We're behind by 1,000 early, but a good couple weeks talking to him, and we might be able to get this guy. I seriously doubt it, but we're finding his interests and stuff we can't compare schools in. And now we're going to compare Oklahoma State and TCU in playing style, and I believe championship contender as well. Yes, indeed. And all I can say, Mr. Lumpkin, is that you better be there when Oklahoma State and we play, because we're going to rock the Oklahoma State Tar. We're going to rock them. We're going to dominate them, and you're going to want to come to TCU instead of going to Oklahoma State. So that's it for recruiting for week 6. I hope you guys enjoyed. Come back, as we're going to play the Iowa State Cyclones in the next episode, and then next week is the last time that this will not be a live commentary. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and come back next time. We'll see if we get any recruits after week 6. We did after week 5, so who knows? Maybe we can this week. See you guys.